The new economic landscape. What President Trump's recent bill means for everyday Americans. The recent $3.4 trillion legislative package signed by Congress marks a major triumph for President Donald Trump. This significant bill includes new tax incentives, reductions in government spending, and additional funds for defense and border security. However, the bill has sparked debate over its potential to add an estimated $4 trillion to the national debt in the coming decade. Let's delve into how this bill is likely to impact Americans of all backgrounds. Tax changes. A substantial tax relief is now in place, particularly benefiting middle-income seniors. A newly introduced $6,000 tax deduction, or $12,000 for couples, is available to those age 65 and above who have an annual income of up to $75,000, $150,000 for couples. This deduction lessens for those with higher incomes and is completely phased out for individuals earning more than $175,000 and couples over $250,000. Impact on healthcare. Healthcare is also undergoing significant changes. Medicare covers medical expenses for many seniors but does not cover long-term care needs. As a result, many seniors rely on Medicaid, which supports over 60% of the nation's nursing home population. However, the bill introduces deep cuts to Medicaid, potentially forcing many nursing homes to reduce services or even close their doors, posing a real challenge for seniors seeking long-term care options. Families with children. For families with kids, the bill includes enhanced benefits. The child tax credit has increased to $2,200 per child and will adjust for inflation annually. However, a new restriction excludes non-citizens from claiming this credit, even if their children are U.S. born. Another provision establishes a $1,000 tax-deferred investment account for every child born between 2025 and 2028, with $1,000 seeded by the government and additional contributions allowed from parents and other sources. Additionally, the adoption tax credit has been increased to $5,000 and will also increase with inflation, while support for businesses that offer parental leave and on-site childcare has been expanded. Tax provisions and savings. Thanks to this legislation, many tax breaks previously set to expire are now extended. The standard deduction rises to $15,000 and $750 for individuals and $31,500 for married couples. And the lower tax rates from 2017 remain in effect. However, it's important to note that the bill also implements cuts to social programs like Medicaid and SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Medicaid recipients will now face new work requirements and documentation demands, potentially jeopardizing their benefits if they don't comply. Could these stringent requirements create barriers to obtaining health care for vulnerable populations? We want to hear from you. How do you feel about the balance between necessary fiscal reform and ensuring healthcare coverage for all? High earners' gains. Critics argue that the wealthiest will benefit the most from the tax changes, with the top 20% of earners receiving 72% of the overall tax cuts. While many middle-income families will see modest savings, high-income households will seek significantly larger tax reductions. Is this the fairest approach to tax reform, or should tax benefits be more equitably distributed? Medicaid shifts. With about $1 trillion slashed from Medicaid, at least 17 million Americans might lose some form of health coverage or financial assistance essential for medical care. New work and reporting obligations introduced for Medicaid recipients could put millions at risk of losing their coverage if they fail to provide the necessary proof of employment, education, or volunteer activities. Are these measures too restrictive, or do they ensure that Medicaid remains a sustainable program? We'd love to know what you think about these changes. Which aspects of the new bill are you most supportive or concerned about? Share your thoughts in the comments below.